Hey team, Peter Halstead, Director of Health and Fitness Testing New Zealand here. Thanks for joining me as we take a look through what is a Fit3d Body Scan and exactly what type of data and metrics you're going to get once you've had your Fit3d Body Scan. So on the screen at the moment, this is a Fit3d Body Scanner. Essentially, when you come in, you'll log in on the tablet using your username and password, and if you don't have an account, we'll create one on the day. We'll leave you in the room by yourself for the body scan. Once we've shown you what to do. The most accurate is doing the scan in your bra and undies or tight underwear or just tight clothing in general. It's taking over 1,200 photos of you during the scan, so it is important that during the scan you'll stand still in the position like the lady in the picture, and that wearing minimal clothing is important for accuracy. Once you've had your scan, you'll get full access to your results online 24/7 on your phone, tablet or computer. I'm just going to log in and show you a sample account. So as soon as you log in, you'll get a wellness report. The first thing you'll see is a 3D image of yourself. The images, just so you're aware, they can be pretty blunt, but if it's just your first test, it's just a baseline. If you've had multiple scans, you can just go into the top right and change whatever scan you like. So the first metric that'll be highlighted will be the body shape rating. I really like this score. It's looking at the relationship between cardiovascular disease and the shape of your body. So essentially those with less around their waist and more on their legs will have less cardiovascular disease risk in its relationship to shape. Or those in the green zone with a higher body shape rating will have less risk, the red zone more risk. You'll be the dotted line on your chart, and it'll show the distribution graph of all the millions of people worldwide that have scanned. They do about every 20 or 30 seconds, they're doing a scan in over 60 countries at the moment. So the most popular 3D body scanner in the whole world. It'll show you things like waist circumference. The color-coded graphs are just there as a guide, really. We definitely see people that are well into the red zone, and some people will never get into the green zone. So it's just a baseline. Your first test, you're just trying to get as close to the green as possible, which there's a relationship with the green or close to the green and less health risk. Of course, you'll get your body fat percentage. So for those of you wanting to make more informed decisions around training and nutrition practices, the holistic data that your Fit3d scan will produce is second to none in the world. The body fat percentage itself, so green essentially will be less risk, red will be more risk. The dotted line will be you, and again, the distribution graph of people of your age and sex will be on there. So this graph will differ for each person. The colors will also differ between male and female. So you'll see the green zone on here starts at 21% for males. For females at present, it's at 34%. Of course, you'll get your weight on there, your fat mass on there, or your lean mass or your muscle mass. So for those of you wanting to gain a bit more muscle, this can be an awesome way to track your progress. You'll get a full posture report with every scan. You'll get a front, side, and back analysis. The side-on view, for example, on the screen at the moment, is just showing that this person's got their head is 6.2 centimeters further forward than it should be at zero. The posture report can be really handy if you're looking to prevent neck pain, headaches, or referred arm pain. It can also, things like the hips, can be nice for those wanting to prevent things like lower back and hip pain. So yeah, really cool resource, the posture report. You will get there's 4 weight scales on the machine. So it'll look at weight distribution, handy for those who stand a lot for their job, or if you have sports that involve lifting with 2 legs. It can show distribution. For example, things like squats and deadlifts use 2 legs. So just make sure that you're standing evenly. During that scan that takes 1,200 photos of you, these are exactly where they take the circumference measurements, which is why it is important you are doing it in underwear. And as I mentioned, you will be in the room by yourself for the scan. And then you'll get all your measurements down to the nearest millimeter. For example, waist and hips are the main ones we'll look at for health, but it will show you differences between your arms or your thighs, for example. In this example, this person's got thigh circumference 1 centimeter different. There's all sorts of things you can do. You can actually go into scan history, click on your most recent scan. If you've just had one, there'll be one picture. You can download your OBJ, your spinning 3D image, and you can actually print it out if you have access to a 3D printer. You can download the GIF file if you want to send it to mates. And you can download additional measurements. So there's all sorts of things like the volume of one leg versus the volume of the other. The same with the arms and the trunk, leg length, arm length, shoulder width. There's some additional circumference measurements as well. So the additional measurement section is perfect for those wanting to look at symmetry, exercise rehab, sport performance. So yeah, that exists. Once you've had more than one scan, you can get a comparison report. And this is where I think things get really exciting, looking at comparing over time. So the first scan in this example is on the left and the most recent one on the right. Of course, you can spin images around in 3D the whole way. This particular example, you'll see side on around the waist region. Look how much this person's lost around their waist, and comparing to that one there. The body shape rating that we referred to earlier, this person's pretty much doubled their body shape rating over a couple of years, which is awesome. Awesome for health. It indicates that their risk of cardiovascular disease is significantly less now than it was. You'll be able to compare for the rest of your life. Every Fit3d body scan you have, it'll compare things like body fat percentage. It'll just keep plotting on a graph forever. You can compare your weight over time. You can compare fat mass and lean mass or muscle mass. The good thing in this particular example, so they've lost plenty of body fat. They lost 10.4 kilos of weight, but most of that weight was fat mass. And this is what the scales alone will not show you. On scales alone, you just won't get your 3D images. You won't get all your circumferences. You won't be able to track progress in one place for the rest of your life. Most people just lose bits of paper. And this will show you how effective your nutrition and training regime is. Are you putting on muscle? Are you putting on fat? Do you need to tweak things? So that's where the holistic set of data can be really useful. Of course, over time, for those wanting to, you can compare posture as well. Baseline, current, it'll show you the difference in the table, and it'll even graph it for you as well. There's an option to print out reports too. So yeah, that's exactly what to expect once you've had a Fit3d body scan. If any of you have any questions, please shoot me an email, peter@healthandfitnesstesting.nz. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you in the clinic soon. Cheers.